We are a couple who wants to encourage you to live your best life and welcome you to a family. We are a carefree people with expressive vibes. So tune in with us, cause we're your teammates on Team Rochelle. Yeah, so tune in with us on Team Rochelle. We'll give you the best advice on Team Rochelle. We're a family, yeah. Team Rochelle. You rolling with Team Rochelle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Teammates, this is our midweek check-in with Wednesday. I'm your lovely host, Jarell Rochelle, with
Madeline Rochelle.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And so this week, last week, we asked you guys to compliment your spouse, and wow, like some of the compliments, especially yours, they were just, it was beautiful to see love circulating in this time, because it is so hard and it is trying every day, but the fact that we as teammates are able to spread love, and the fact that they will know us by the love that we share for one another is a beautiful thing. So we want to encourage you guys and thank you for sharing. It was so awesome and so special.
Everybody was so detailed also. Like,
so
it wasn't
detailed.
Just like, my spouse is nice. Or
yeah, it wasn't shallow.
It was like, wow, we dove in the
love,
deep end.
we went in the deep end. And so we appreciate that. We just wanted to keep you informed that we are still selling our pins for $5, and now Maddie has been so awesome and she created Shopify. So if you would like to purchase any more, or she's going to make a Shopify.
No, I made an Etsy account.
Just kidding, Etsy account. Just kidding. Look at me, just throwing it all out there wrong.
Yeah, so we have an Etsy account. We'll link it below. It just makes it a little bit easier to kind of, keep track of everything.
Yeah.
So if you would like, if you want to buy one or whatever, you just click on it. You can purchase them super duper easy.
And the people who did purchase the pins, they've gone out already, so you should be receiving them shortly.
Yes.
Probably by today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for supporting, guys. This matters so much because it starts dialogue and conversation for people.
Yeah.
And we've gotten questions, and we've gotten stares and looks, some good, some bad, but it's a part of the process in standing for Black lives, and so we thank you already. But I just wanted to share a couple of stories. A friend, Tashina, and her husband Josh, I was friends with her in college, and we just so happened to run into them, and they invited us to a protest. Now, Maddie and Addie would have come to the protest with me, but I didn't. I wanted to protect them because we don't know what would happen. People are getting shot with rubber bullets, tear gas, and I wouldn't be able to forgive myself as a man, as a protector of our family, if they went. But I had a few short stories that I wanted to share, 3 in particular. The first one, some of you may have seen because it was on my Instagram. I posted a video where I was very emotional about Mike Ramos, and I'm still emotional about it because it was a story that was so powerful.
Of Michael Ramos, the 42-year-old died last month after police shot him.
Oh my gosh, we got so far!
This is the video that sparked outrage, including some activists calling for Chief Brian Manley's resignation. Austin Mayor Steve Adler addressed the case on Facebook Live.
So I get to the protest and we're walking, and there's a DJ booth and music is blasting, which it was so awesome to see blacks and whites enjoying Tupac in the park. I mean, it was unreal. And I was walking along and just like surveying the situation, seeing who is there, seeing the energy, feeling it. And this lady walks up to me, a short Hispanic Latino lady, and she gives me a shirt. And she says, "Here, you can have this, wear it." And I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. It just came out of left field, but I was looking at it, and then this white man, which again, I said in the post, I was proud because there might have been a time where you could ask a white person, well, who is this? And they'd be like, I don't know. But he knew. He was educated, and he was like, that's Mike Ramos. And I was like, Mike Ramos? I was like, who's Mike Ramos? I didn't even know. And I explained on the post that, when you're a black man in America, sometimes to avoid going into a dark place, you sometimes have to detach yourself emotionally from the things that are going on in this world, to where another name becomes another name, so that you can persevere and that you can continue to be a light and love. And so, in my ignorance, I didn't know. And so he explained, he was a man, a black Latino man, who got gunned down by Austin police unlawfully as for a routine traffic stop. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was just torn up. And then he said, yes, that's his mom. And so I was like, his mom? Like, that's his mother right there, like, who just gave me the shirt? And I was like, he was like, yeah, that's his mom. And I just remember that moment, looking at her, and I caught eyes with her again because she walked back around, and I said the first thing that was on my mind, because I mean, when you're in that process, you kind of don't know what to say. You know that there's no amount of words that can bring someone's son or daughter back, so you just try to think of the first compassionate thing that you can think of. And I said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know you lost something that is irreplaceable, but I'm sorry. And she held out her arms, and she just gave me a hug and embraced me. And I remember in that moment, I'll never forget this moment in my life, but I felt the spirit of my mom, and imagining if she had lost me, and I felt the spirit of my wife if we had lost our daughter. And then I felt the weight and the gravity of what this woman is going through, fighting for justice against a system that knows that they were wrong but won't come to terms with it. And we just sat there and we embraced, and I just hugged her, and I began to weep with her and mourn with her. And at that moment, we let go. And then the words are still echoing in my ear. She said, I know that they murdered my baby. I know that they murdered my baby. I just want whoever's watching this, maybe you have a kid, maybe you have a niece or a nephew, maybe you don't have any of those little people, but I just want you to put yourself in that woman's shoes. The fact that you know that your son or daughter was killed, your niece or nephew was killed, and there's no justice for him, and you're walking around with the shirt with their face on it, hoping, praying that justice will be served. And this is why we're doing what we're doing, is because we want to put an end to this. This is not right. And I can't tell you, I can't capsize what that moment did for me in my spirit, how it made me sad, how it made me happy that she continued to fight against a system that probably doesn't give two shits about her. I'm sorry to use French, but it's the honest to God's truth of how I'm processing it. But it made me fired up even more to know that we still have a long way to go. There are so many stories I could pull from this protest, and I'm probably going to do it next week too, because I don't want to make this too long. But I want to say and take a stand in the fact that we're not done, and we have to continue to fight, and we have to continue to let our voices be heard. Thank you to all of the black voices out there who have, been going through it emotionally on the front, just to make sure you're heard. The people who have been marching, the white brothers and sisters who have come alongside of us, the people who are changing laws and who are petitioning. We thank you so much, but we still have a long way to go. And I just want to say to Mike Ramos, the family of Mike Ramos, Brenda Ramos, we love you and we support you and we stand in solidarity, and know that your son's murder did not go in vain, and that as the Rochelles and as teammates, we fight alongside you. And I cannot stress enough, we need to let our voices be heard together in this time, because it is that serious. And so there's no easy way to close out this, but I just want you all to have an awareness of what's happening in this world, and know that everybody's not the same in how we address it, but it must be addressed. And so thank you.
I will say too that our next week episode, we're talking about 3 actionable steps towards addressing racism, which is a beginning of that conversation. It's if you haven't maybe had that conversation with yourself, or you haven't had that awareness, or you're wondering, hey, what can I do, to help in this situation, or what's some way that I can help maybe somebody who's not aware become aware, and to start walking alongside and helping this situation, because ultimately that's how we're going to win. We're going to win as a human race, a human people, because that's what we are. We have to inform ourselves and keep moving forward and constantly grow. So join us next week.
Next week, please.
This is something that it's heavy to get through, but we got to get through it. And what better way to do it than with community and out of a place of love, rather than a place, anywhere else, honestly.
Yeah.
So join us next week. We love you guys. We're so thankful that you're here. We're thankful that you're watching and that you're willing to be in this communication, in this fight, in all of this with us.
Yeah.
So we thank you guys, and we will see you Sunday at 7 p.m. for episode 3.
Please, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Guys, we're trying to hit 100. Again, this is not about the subscribers. It's about the message that we felt burdened to produce.
Sure.
So please, if you haven't subscribed yet,
subscribe.
And join us as teammates.
And share with your friends.
Share with your friends.
Yay, because we love community, we love people, and we want to get connected with you guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on Sunday.
Peace.